Tonight we're gonna be making Moo Shu Pork Wraps. Welcome back to Easy Cuisine. I'm Jenny. I'm always looking for ways to make my favorite Asian dishes at home healthier than takeout. This recipe comes from Cooking Light, but I've tweaked it a bit to make it easier and more flavorful. Feel free to substitute ground chicken or ground turkey for the pork if you don't like pork, and all types of tortillas work well with this recipe. You can also serve it with lettuce wraps if you want a low-carb option. Cabbage leaves work well, so does iceberg lettuce, and it's also delicious served over rice. Let's get started. First, I need 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. So I'm gonna put that in this little bowl so it's ready to go. And you can do toasted sesame oil, dark sesame oil. I couldn't find dark sesame oil, but I was able to find the toasted. I think it does make a difference in taste. But if you have regular sesame oil, fine. Okay, next we need to put together 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger and 5 garlic cloves. So I already have, I use the frozen cubes. So I have 5 frozen cubes popped into this bowl, and now I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. We need to slice up or chop up 2 packages of shiitake mushrooms. If you can't find shiitake mushrooms, I tested this recipe last week with oyster mushrooms, and it was delicious. So I'm just slicing these as thin as I can. Mushrooms shrink in the pan. And that's why you always want to actually use more than you think you need as well to get the flavor. So I have 1 bunch of green onions that I rinsed, and these are gonna be cut into 1-inch, chopped in 1-inch pieces. And stir fry is a great way to pack in vegetables into quick and easy meals. And the sauces are so delicious. Okay, so that's ready to go. And next we want 4 cups of pre-sliced cabbage slaw. And this has the shredded carrots in it, which is wonderful. It all works well together. So when this goes in the pan, it's also gonna be going in the pan with 1/4 teaspoon salt. I like to just go ahead and put things together that are gonna go in the pan. Okay, so that's ready to go. The next is, I've got 1 pound of ground pork. So you can either use a teaspoon of regular sugar, or I'm gonna use about 2 packets of Truvia. And I'm just gonna sprinkle this on top. I know that this looks crazy, but once it's in the pan, it'll all get mixed up and it saves me a step. All right, and last, we wanna get our sauce ready. So I've got hoisin sauce. This is just jarred hoisin sauce you can find in the Asian section of your supermarket. And I've also got what's called coconut aminos. If you don't have coconut aminos, you can use soy sauce, but please use the lower sodium because we don't want it super salty. This is a sweeter sauce, and coconut aminos is a fabulous substitute for soy sauce. It's healthier, and it has way less sodium. But it also has this little sweetness to it that works super well in this dish. So I'm just gonna shake them both up, and we're gonna do 4 tablespoons of each. And 4 tablespoons of the coconut aminos. Okay, so now I'm going to take all of these pre-arranged ingredients over to my stove, and we will do our quick cooking. I'm turning on my wok to medium heat, and I'm gonna let that heat up. My tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. Okay, I'm gonna add my 5 minced cloves of garlic. I'm gonna increase the heat to medium high, and I'm gonna add the chopped green onions and the mushrooms. You'll see that the mushrooms will start to shrink down a little bit, and just stir it occasionally. Let it sit and cook for a little bit and then give it a stir. It smells so good. Okay, and now we're gonna add the 4 cups of cabbage and the 1/4 teaspoon salt. And you wanna cook this until the cabbage really wilts down, and keep stirring it. So I've turned the heat off, and just so I can transfer this over. We're gonna put it back in later, but we need the pan clean to cook the pork. So I'm gonna return it back to medium high, and the pan's still hot, so we can pretty much go right away. And I'm gonna use this handy tool that I got through the Pampered Chef, if you've heard about that. But this is to break up ground meat. And you're gonna cook this at medium high until the pork is done and cooked all the way through. Okay, the pork is looking brown, and we're now going to add our hoisin sauce and our coconut aminos. Mix that in, and then we're gonna immediately add the cabbage mixture back and mix it all together. So I'm gonna scoop up some of this lovely Moo Shu pork into each of these tortillas. Oh, it's hot. All right, let's give this a try. We're having the cassava tortillas. And how easy was that to make? Once you had all your ingredients ready, it goes so fast. Oh, it's so good. It's got the perfect amount of sweet and sour. The mushrooms, all of it. Delicious. Enjoy your meal.
Hit like and subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a future episode.